Welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to have a look at two traps in the English opening. The English opening starts off with c4 when white plays c4, and a very common move here for black is to play the e5. And in this example we're going to have a look at a trap from black's perspective. Here both sides bring their knights out, and this is called the four knights variation in the English opening. Here white plays g3, trying to fianchetto to their bishop b4, and here knight d5 attacking the bishop. Here black actually takes the knight and white recaptures with the pawn. Now as you can see, the pawn is attacking the knight, and this knight was defending this pawn, so this pawn is going to be hanging soon. Knight d4 is played, and here if white tries to take the pawn, they will be in a lot of trouble. All of a sudden, after queen e7, because this knight is actually quite shaky, so if they retreat the knight to say knight f3, then as you can see, knight takes f3 is checkmate. So what can white do? They can simply play f4. Now they obviously have this breathing space for the king. Also the pawn is defending this knight. So how can black kick this knight off? They can simply play d6 and kick the knight off, and if for example knight d3, then we have queen e4 attacking this rook, and if the rook moves, what do you think a killer move for black? Well, queen e3. And this is a resignable position for white, because the whole thing is this queen is actually attacking the rook. This bishop is pinning this pawn, so the queen cannot be taken. And the computer says this is actually -5 at the moment. Queen a4 is the best move, and for example after bishop d7, then you can obviously take the bishop. And after queen takes g1, this is a dominating position for black. In the second example, we're going to have a look at c4, e5, knight c3, knight c6, and this is the reverse close Sicilian. So knight f3, we have g6, black is trying to fianchetto their bishop, and we have d4. Black takes the pawn, and we simply don't take the pawn, we simply move the knight to d5. This knight actually takes care of these two squares. Bishop g7, now black's two pieces reinforce this pawn. Bishop g5 attacking the queen, and f6 is kind of a good move. We'll just have a look at this good move for a second. So for example, bishop f4, then we have these two pieces eyeing this pawn, d6, and we can take the pawn, and now white is equal material now, and also white can bring this knight to b5 and attack this pawn. Also we have to have a look at the king side pawn structure for black. It's actually pretty bad, and it's very risky to castle kingside. Now going back to this position, instead of f6, what happens if they play knight e7? Obviously, if you take, then we can simply take the knight, and if they take with the knight, they'll be in quite a lot of trouble, because after bishop takes e7, the queen is lost. So going back to this position, what happens instead of knight takes d4, what happens if they take it with the bishop? If they take it with the bishop, then queen takes d4 is a killer move. You might be thinking the queen is hanging. If they do take the queen, it's actually a checkmate in 2. Can you find the checkmate? It's knight f6, and after king moves to f8, which is forced, bishop h6 is a checkmate. I hope you enjoyed this video. For more videos like this, please like and subscribe, and it's bye for now.